you.
And you, and you, and you,
And you, and you, and you, and you, and you get a car.
George.
We have a theme tune. We have a theme tune. Finding your truth with Cash and Debbie. We've yet to come up with a second lyric.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi, welcome to the show. I'm Cash. This is Debbie.
Deborah.
I'm trying to find what we actually do. I can never remember what we do. We help people find their truth. This is the
Find
idea of the show.
yes.
We help people find their truth, and
Hi, Tammy.
we help them. Hi there. We help them remove blocks that are getting in the way of their soul's path. Yay!
Hi, Brenda.
I remembered.
Hi, Christine. Hi, Jens.
Now, first of all, can we just say thank you very much to everybody last week for sharing the show, for liking and sharing the show. It was our highest audience of any show we've had.
Yay!
It was phenomenal.
No, no, no.
I know, we're so happy. And what we said we do is that for everybody who liked and shared, not just liked, but liked and shared, your name would go into the sorting hat. Debbie will now produce the sorting hat. Yay! Your name will get into the sorting hat. And later on in the show, we're going to pick a name out, and whoever's name we pick out at random, completely random, and we'll actually get a free 10-minute reading, which is kind of enough time for one question from the amazing Debbie Griggs. And,
the queen.
Yeah, the queen of psychics. And so, hi everybody joining just now. Hi. Julie the Queen. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Alex.
And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing that later in the show, and we'll actually pull out a name, and you'll get a free reading. And also, everybody who likes and shares, remember, likes and shares, because some people liked it but they didn't share it, likes and shares the show this week, so this show you're watching right now, everybody who does that will go into the sorting hat next week. And
you get to win what?
A handwriting analysis from me. A personal, just you, and I don't do them anymore, really.
He doesn't do them anymore, so this is kind of something. So I'm going to do like a short handwriting analysis thing. I'll type it out for you so you get it actually written down. Alexandra. Hi, Alexandra. Thanks, Brenda, for sharing.
And you'll go into the sorting hat. Whoever wins will actually win a handwriting analysis from me. Alrighty? Yes. So all you got to do is, for that to go in next week, like and share this episode.
Right.
And
so tell them what's going to happen on this show.
Well, no, I'm not going to, because I've got to say one more thing.
Why?
Some people have their privacy settings set to, you're never going to see I'm here. Right,
and then we can't see that,
and we can't see who shared it. So it's possible that if we can't see that you shared, your name doesn't come up, and you can't.
And it doesn't get to go in the
sorting hat.
Beautiful hat.
In the sorting. You don't go into the sorting hat. So can you just make sure, if you're going to take part in this, that you can share and we can see it.
Hi, Maria.
Otherwise, we don't get to see it. But that's it. You want a handwriting analysis at some point, convenient to me. It's all about me. And what Debbie does, if you've never seen the show before, is Debbie tells people's life things from their aura, from their story, their life story.
Because you carry things around in your aura. Stories are always in your aura. Yep.
And I do intuitive handwriting analysis from a piece of handwriting, and it tells you what people are really like on the inside, because handwriting is a mirror of who you are on the inside. You have a mirror normally for who you are on the outside. Handwriting is a mirror for who you are on the inside. And together we just help people find out what their blockages are. And we got 5 people lined up tonight. Really interesting people. These are really, really interesting people. You might want to stick around to see what we have to say about them.
And then we're going to do the drawing.
Hi, Leanne.
And then are you going to give away a book?
Oh, I'm going to give away a book. Oh, I'm going to give away a book.
Hold me fly.
There are a lot of moving parts in this show. So what we're going to do to show
we're giving a lot to you guys
to show how we actually do it, how what we do works. In case you've never seen it before, we're going to do a celebrity, and you can win a book. Right, the first person. You've got to be in America, though. I'm not sending it to Europe or Australia, wherever. If you live in America, you can take part in this. The first person to guess who this celebrity is...
On the live Facebook here.
Oh, yeah, on the live Facebook. It'll already have gone. The first person to guess who the celebrity is will win this book. All righty? If you want it. You might not want it. You just might want to guess.
And which book is it?
And this is a little book about believing, written by me. It's about healing disease, why we get ill, what we can do to prevent ourselves getting ill, and how we can heal disease if we get sick.
Right, and your trip to John of God.
And it's about John of God in Brazil, and all the things I learned from all the people getting well down there when I was there. And
thank you, Heavenly Pines. 4 people have shared already. 5
oh, really?
Thank
you very much. Excellent.
See, they want a handwriting.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that people would want a handwriting analysis as much as they'd want a reading from Madam here.
Well,
and I think
of course. I mean, look at me.
It's the hair, isn't it? People go,
it's the funky hair.
Any woman with that hairstyle, I want a reading from.
Yes, I guess.
So anyway, so now we have the. If you want to hear what we do, this is a celebrity. Get your fingers on the buttons. Anybody,
whoever figures it out first.
If you get whoever gets it,
I'll hold the book. Whoever gets to the celebrity
wins this book here.
Definitely.
Last time I brought a book, Debbie stole it. This one she's not having.
Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Maria.
All right. So, okay, we're ready.
Well, let me get my phone up or you need to get your phone up because a lot of times this doesn't.
Well, it's working right now.
Okay.
So here we go. These are the clues. I've got 10 clues to this person. The first person to guess who it is, Tess, Brenda, hi, Leanne, hi. Anybody, Maria, anybody who guesses this, the first person to guess who it is and spell the name correctly, I guess, will win. Alrighty?
Okay, I'm not seeing it on my thing here. Yeah?
Are we public? Yes, because we're public. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, I'm not seeing it on my thing.
All right.
So I can't watch it.
So we're not on our thing. So
okay.
Okay, this is the moment where we panic over this thing. Hang on a minute. I'll bring it up on mine.
Well, Marianne is seeing it. Brenda is seeing it. Is everybody, obviously everybody's seeing us because, yes, you're good. Leanne said we're good.
Okay, all right. It's not coming
up. It's my magnetic personality, I'm telling you.
Mercury's in retrograde. Okay, we've got to move on.
Okay, let's go.
We're doing too much fussing here. So 7 minutes in, and we've done nothing other than bum around. So here are the clues, right? And the first person will win the book.
Okay.
If you want it. But you got to be in America to win it.
To win this book.
Win that book. Number one, clue number 1, she's 42 years old.
It's a she, obviously.
Oh, the clue was in the question.
Okay.
The clue 2. She's a citizen of 2 countries.
Oh, I know.
The United States and somewhere else. Number 3. She was made a Dame of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth.
I know who it is.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Write it down. She's been married 3 times and divorced twice.
I don't know if I spell her last name.
No.
Oh, she's a Dame.
Right, J.K. No, it's not J.K. Rowling.
I didn't say that.
She was made a Dame of the British Empire by Queen Elizabeth. She's been married 3 times and divorced twice.
She said J.K. Rowling.
She's not J.K. Rowling. She has a Q score of 20. You don't know what a Q score is, do you?
Yes.
You know what it is?
The brain.
No, not IQ. No.
The Q score.
Q is like a measure of celebrity. So she's a big celebrity.
Got it.
5 years ago, she had a double mastectomy. Not because she had breast cancer, but because she might get cancer. So she decided to have her breast taken off.
So is that?
Oh,
yes.
That's
exactly what I was thinking.
That's it.
Alexandra
has won. It's well. You know, it's Angelina Jolie, right? Not Angela Jolie. Okay.
Yeah.
Angelina
Christine just was saying that too. Oh.
Angelina Jolie, it is. I mean, I'll allow you, Angela, because honestly, Jolie is a bit. Well done, Alexandra. And well done, Christine,
when you said that,
as well.
then I was
Actually, Christine won the book last week.
Oh, okay, so
you won last week, Christine.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but very well done. There you go. It's Angelina Jolie.
So you got to DM him your address, right?
Yeah, DM me, please, Alexandra. DM me your address, or send me an email with it in, and I'll send you the book off. This book here will go to you. There we go. And that's it. Angelina Jolie, who, by the way, is my neighbor.
Is she really?
Yes.
She lives up in the hills there?
She lives just down the street from me.
I didn't know that.
She's just bought 2 houses down the street. And I was outside them, and they're really rather nice. And they're kind of perched up on a little hilltop thing.
So do you say howdy diddy to her?
Well, I haven't seen her yet, but I mean, she's only just moved in. And she's very busy. So
she could be your babysitter.
Yeah. When I have babies.
He would not be very good with the babies. He'd be like, ooh, okay.
Yeah. He'd be like, come over here, Maddox. Bam! Behave. So there she is. There's a photo. That's for you.
Beautiful. Look at her eyes.
This is her handwriting. Look at her handwriting. Is quite surprising. Look at that.
See, and it was a surprise to me, too, because I didn't know who it was. So
And you got it wrong. Debbie thought it was Helen Mirren.
Well, because you said madam, or made a dame.
She was made a dame.
Helen
she was made
Mirren,
an honorary dame of the British Empire by the Queen.
I didn't know that.
For her
Helen
charity
Mirren
work. Yeah.
was also.
Well, yeah, but, all right. So there's her handwriting. And Angelina Jolie, I think we all have like an idea of what she's like, because she's always like in the tabloids and stuff like that. But she's a very cool, incredibly diligent and committed person. She's like controlling, but in the sense that she takes full responsibility and handles it, whatever it is. She's a really sexual being as well, but not very emotional in her expression. It's very interesting. She's calm, she's restrained, she's wide open to learning stuff. She's just this massive sponge for education. Very intelligent.
She wants other people to be very educated too.
Probably around her, yeah. So you've got to stimulate in some way, because this woman is really bright. She's able to go her own way and do her own thing and stand alone if she has to. But I think she just likes to be around people who support her, so she can just go, I'm not dealing with that. You deal with it. So she can deal with the main stuff. But with the main stuff, she's phenomenal. She's like the sturdiest of like A-frame step ladders. You know, when it's really sturdy and you stand on it, that's how she is.
For herself, I don't know.
She is. And she's a real, like, strong thing. But she also wants to be seen as that, and will keep other people out. She wants
to be seen as that, but I feel like that she has inner, not demons, but inner conflicts inside of her.
I'm sure that may be true. She has a raft of reasons for doing what she does. It's not just about, I'm going to be famous, or I'm going to act, or anything. No. It's going to be, she has beliefs, opinions, justifications for things. This is why she does it. Ask her anything. Why did you do that? 20 minutes of explanation. She just knows why.
Yeah.
And she makes a good argument for every one of her involvements. She's that bright. Whereas Brad Pitt kind of, I think, revels in his Brad Pittness. You know, he's Brad Pitt, and he revels in that. Whereas she doesn't. She's more private. She's more guarded and closed.
She wants to help other people so much more than.
That's right. And
she's using her fame.
She's a leader, basically, is what she is, and she can delegate, and she's very close to scrutiny and stuff like that. But she's also very split in her ambitions, I think. She has like inner responsibility, a sense of social responsibility. This is kind of not new, I'm not telling you anything you don't know, that pulls her in one way, and then fulfilling obligations and I guess making money or whatever those obligations are in another way. So she's pulled two ways. Given the choice where she didn't have to be answerable to anybody, didn't have to make money, didn't have to do anything, she would just do one particular thing and that will be it. But I think she's serious about what she has to do in order to fund her lifestyle and pay for those houses and whatever. I don't know.
But I think
once she's got Brad Pitt money after the divorce. They owned an entire compound. I think they own an entire compound and a huge house in France and other places as well. They're not short of money. But she's split in her ambitions. It's not just one thing I'm doing. Like,
I was going to say, she's
like very, very multitasking kind of person.
Yeah.
She's idealistic. She's principled, serious person. Who's almost way too much caught up in what she's doing to please you. It's like, I don't care about you. This is what I'm doing. This is what I feel right to do. I am marching ahead and doing it. And if you don't approve, well, screw you, frankly. She doesn't care. She doesn't, I mean,
but she needs to be by very intellectual people.
Yes.
She does not like dumb people.
And she doesn't like criticism by stupid people.
Yeah.
If you get criticism, it's like, what? You're an idiot.
Right.
How can you say that?
And she will know how to use the tongue to snap back.
Yes, I think that's absolutely true. Because you don't want to push this woman. She's very communicative, but on things that really interest her. Other than that, you maybe never heard from her. And her family, I've put here, last thing, is a security zone.
Yes.
And her children are like stone cladding around her. Having her children around and a family and a housekeeper and people is her security. Is her security guard. And once she's got that around her, she can behave exactly how she likes.
Yeah.
There you go. That's Angelina
Jolie. I think she's
Jolie.
very individual. I think she
doesn't ever make popular movies, though, does she? Do you think she'll actually just give up doing that and just do charity work?
No, I think the charity work is number one. I think her children are number one, because I think the children have helped her find who she really is.
Oh, really?
Yes, I feel like her children. I think if you talk to her, and if you could, she doesn't let too many people in.
No,
not at all. It's not like, even if you knew her family and everything, she still, when she'd say hi to you, she'd be cordial to you, but she would never let you in. So how Brad got to know her, who knows? He had to go through a lot of people.
They were working
in a lot of situations.
He was working on a movie.
Oh, that's right.
With Jennifer Aniston. He was married to Jennifer Aniston, and then he worked on a movie with Angelina Jolie.
But I still feel like he had to go through a lot of to get close to her.
Oh, really?
I think that he had to do a lot to get connected to her. That's why she has the right. I mean, she has the right anyways to get pissed, because I hear that they got arguments because he was drinking and arguing all the time. She's like, I'm not going to waste my space and time for someone that is not acknowledging me at a higher, because I gave to you, which I never give to anybody, and that's why I think they divorced.
I think you're absolutely right. Brenda Fox said Jolene Pitt. Oh, Jolie Pitt. Jolie Pitt. Not Jolene Pitt. That's a song.
Jolene.
Alex, hi. Teresa.
Jody says hi.
Good day to you, Teresa. Jody says hi from Tel Aviv. Hi, Jody in Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv. Wow.
I know. I'll be in Tel Aviv in a few weeks' time.
Wow.
Hello, Paula from Indiana. Sarah, hi. Bridget Becker says, my friend, who's an actress, played her sister in a movie and basically described her like you are. Oh, I'm right. Yay. Sarah Curtis says, Debbie, you look super cute. Love your style. Doesn't she look great?
My natural curly, funky hair.
Oh, is this your natural curl?
This is my natural curly hair.
Oh, you should never have it straight again. I love it like this. I thought you'd actually paid a fortune for this.
No.
Wow.
This is my that's why it's going wing and it's going
wing. Maybe condition it occasionally, but oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So great. Everybody's with us. We're all doing swimmingly well. So that's what we do. If you're new to the show, that's what we do. And now we're going to do it with real people.
And what's coming up? I'm going to do the drawing to see who wins the free reading.
We're going to do a prize draw. Alcazandra's already won the book. Alcazandra's actually going to have a reading later on as well.
Right.
This is like her week.
Yep. Share and like this one, and you get the hand.
Yeah. Share this week's show. Like and share, please, on Facebook. Only on Facebook, and only this week. And you've got to do it by next Wednesday, by the way. If after that it doesn't work, but by next Wednesday. And you go into the sorting hat. What a hoot. Okay, the first person we're doing this week is the lovely, lovely Tanya. Lovely, lovely Tanya.
Is it Tanya or Tanya?
I call her Tanya, but I mean, maybe Tanya.
I don't know.
Tanya.
It could be Tanya, or it could be Tanya, or it could be, I don't know.
Tanya, in the interest of fairness, I actually know Tanya.
Oh, you do?
Well, I've met her twice.
Okay.
She's writing this book called Prophets Among Us, I think, or something like that, or about living prophets, and I'm one of them.
I think she needs her head examined.
Oh, stop. I'm very wise.
What?
And
Does she know what a prophet is?
Oh, you mean she hasn't looked it up on Google? But basically, yeah, Google Prophet, Tanya, just in case you got it wrong.
Yeah.
But she came over and photographed. She's a photographer, professional photographer, brilliant photographer, and she's got a really great photo of me that's going in the book. And she came over twice.
Did she make you look better than you do now?
She gave me mystique and lovely eyes. All right, so here's a question. I have a wide range of skills and opportunities. She does. But where do I focus my attention? This is often a lot of people's problems. I find it hard to get paid as a photographer, and I have 2 books, one about living prophets, yeah, that's the one I'm in, and one about photography. Which way do I go, she says. Nothing looks profitable. And it's funny, the book about prophets isn't profitable. And I have bills to worry about. That I try not to worry about. So it's a modern thing. She's got. Yeah. There's a trouble with artists. Artists can never get paid, and yet they're brilliant at what they do. If she did something really boring like work in a bank, she'd get a check every week. But because she's actually really brilliant at what she does, nobody wants to pay her.
She's an artist.
I know.
But artists don't allow. It goes through many years of.
You don't think she's allowing money?
No, I don't think she's allowing it. I think she can allow it, but I don't think she knows how to keep it.
Oh, I think I said that as well in my thing. I thought she wasn't very good at hanging on to money.
He sees them, and this is the first time I've seen him. So
right. So
I think she knows how to allow. I think she knows how to get into that same kind of group of rich people, rich society. You know, she can be a chameleon. She can be with different kinds of people, but she doesn't allow, or some part of her does not accept or think she's worthy to get into, to keep the money.
Tanya says we are all prophets.
Yes.
Well, I am. Hardly.
Well, then I'm the queen prophet. No, just kidding. Tanya.
Anyway, so here's Tanya. Very sharp and perceptive. Careful, methodical. She is very well. She figured out I was a prophet.
Yeah.
She's careful, methodical. Could be very argumentative. She has very firm views about things, and won't necessarily relinquish her views to please you. If she feels she's right, I think she'll just stay right, and that'll be it. Quite serious at heart, actually. She's fun, because I've been out for meals with her and stuff, and she's enormous fun, and incredibly just smart, a smart cookie. But she
so she's very set in her ways.
I don't know about set in her ways, but you see, the way I think she is a little. The way the handwriting says that she's a little too prone to seeing her problems close up. So if she's detail-oriented in her work, although, she took like 10,000 photos of me and just picked one, but I mean, she must know what she's doing. But she's like focused on little things and doesn't allow for taking a breath, stepping back, and accepting the bigger picture. I think she'll say, yes, I do. Yes, I do. I've been through therapy or whatever she's been through, but I don't think her.
So she's in the forest, not outside the forest.
Yeah, I don't think her take on life is very relaxed, and I think she needs to give up on being so sure about whatever she's sure about, because I don't think she's necessarily right. You don't need to protect yourself, I said, as much as you think you do, but experience has blunted her. She's had hurt, and experience has blunted her, and she never quite got over it, and so
I think males.
Really? It's a man. And so she's sort of kind of like burdened by what has gone on before. But she's learning from it. And she's going, from what I learned, he, in that case, is not going to do this to me again. Or a man is not going to do this to me again. And she's passing this information on to others. And it's wisdom and it's helpful. It's like, I went through all that, so you don't have to. So I'm passing it on.
Very intelligent in that way.
Very intelligent. So, but from the handwriting point of view, she's at a sort of interstitial pivot point in her life. She's divided between where she is and where she's been, who she is and who she was,
right,
and what she learned before and what she needs to know now. It's a really, to me, from her writing, it seems like she's at a turning point that she needs to make some decisions, not necessarily about, do I get a job, do I do this, but just about where do I belong? Right, where do I belong? What am I contributing to the world? What is my purpose? Because I think that the way she works is, no, I don't mean physically job work, but just way she functions, is that she's separated from the world somehow. She's got a little unit, and she's separated. Her cluster of possessions or people or whatever it is, there's them and there's us. And even though she's got like tons of involvement and interaction, and she's lovely to be with, and she's fun and whatever, there is like a them and us, that so long as she's got herself in a little tight thing, she's fine. And it's a unit. And it's reliable for her, and that's where she actually tends to be. And I think that she can be there with you, fully participating, right there in front of you. You have her there, and yet somehow she's distant. She's not quite there. She's just watching, or
well, she doesn't know which direction.
She's
my thing is
something. She's a living, walking process.
She can get along with men very, very well.
Yes,
and she can be not masculine, but very intuitive in knowing. But people are going to think it's kind of like when us women are telling people what to do, we're a bitch. If a man tells you, they're just a boss, right? So I feel like she is trying to divide between the feminine of her, trying to get that acknowledged, but she still wants the masculine to be in there, and she wants to be heard.
Hi there, Tammy. Yes, Tanya says, I've been at that turning point for a few years.
Okay.
Which I think, well, a few years? Well, maybe.
No, I feel like once she fixes the feminine with the masculine and gets her to acknowledge herself, that she can still be powerful and still be beautiful at the same time, I think it's a father vibration. I feel like she needs to be noticed for being beautiful and strength and knowledge at the same time.
But do you think she has confidence in that? Because the way I see it, it's almost like she's she's communicating in metaphor almost, as opposed to just being direct about it. It's like she's
because she doesn't want to be considered, like I was saying before, pardon my words, being a bitch. Because people are going to look at her because
she says, "Here I am, I'm talented."
No, because her strength, because she is so strong that people that are weak doesn't know how to dissect it.
She's a little dynamo. I have to be.
Yeah, she's very, and I think it's wonderful.
But I think though, what she's doing, she's like walking along and she's laying breadcrumbs as evidence of who she is, like saying, "By my actions, by my smile, by my dreams, by my behavior, that's how you will know who I am on my journey." And I just think that, yeah, okay, that's fine, but this past hurt thing she's dealing with, and the desire not to be hurt again by men or whatever it is causing her to lean away in trepidation. Her tender spots that she still has are causing her to lean away in trepidation from the sunlight, from the things she needs to actually be the fullness of what she should be. So she's bringing, I put here, financially, she's not holding on to what she has.
So I'm saying she can allow it, but she can't hold on to it. And holding on to it is a masculine vibration. Right,
and she's leading where she should be. She's taking the lead at times when she actually should just be following. She needs to relax and not. Really?
Yeah.
Well, women have to lead?
I think she should be a leader. I think that she...
No, I'm not saying she can't lead. I'm just saying that there's a balance. And she feels like, well, I've got to make this happen. It's about me, and I've got to do this, and this is my unit, and I've got to be... And sometimes it's okay to go, I will do this. It's about... You know that book I was saying about last week, the subtle art of not giving an F?
Right.
Is about choosing priorities in your life and not trying to be everything you want to be, but just going, these are my strengths, that's what I'm going to do, that stuff is a waste of my energy, bam, completely gone. I think her character and her personality are such that this stuff can't be changed easily. It's kind of ingrained. We're telling her to do stuff, and it's not easy. My view in the end
But I can help you with that.
Okay, yeah, she can help you with that. But my view in the end was that what's needed is distance. Instead of being close up, distance. Like it's almost
being
like
outside of the
Jody, who's on here watching from Thailand, is on some spa thing, some health spa thing. She's been like that for a month or whatever,
right?
And it's just separated her from everything, relaxed, and
she's allowing things to come in.
Yeah, and it's been fantastic for her. And it's almost like you need that, away from your family, away from your responsibilities, away from the bills. I just go and. It doesn't have to be.
See, now I'm kind of with that, but what I'm seeing is
distance.
She needs to create a new her. I feel like she needs to create a new her.
What kind of new her?
A new her that can balance the feminine, acknowledging the feminine and acknowledging the masculine of her. I feel that you would be very good, Tanya or whatever, how you say your name.
Hi, Laurie.
I think you would be very good at being like a shaman.
Hi, Roman.
Being a leader of women. And teaching other people to embrace who they are. So then I feel like it has to be with women, not cutting the men down, but I feel like it has to be a women's group because then you're bringing the masculine, which would be the leader and the security and allowing and accepting, and then you would bring the feminine in, which would bring the joy. And I feel color your hair different, cut it different, do things that you think are too feminine. Be emotional. Start crying. Start journaling. Doing all these things.
Start now. Start crying now.
Do it now.
I meant to ask how my intuition works. This is Tanya speaking. People tell me I've been psychic for ages. Is it just how I feel, people?
No, that's what I'm saying. But she was asking the question of what she should be doing, how to bring the money in, right?
Right.
This is tying it in. I just said it. You could tie in that's a whole nother thing, and I do a class on that. But the way you do it is you feel people. And
so she takes photographs of you, actually.
Right.
She takes photographs of you, and the photographs are in the end.
It's like me being a photo psychic.
Yeah.
So she can see a person's personality. I can see their personality by a photo because a photo cannot lie. So she's doing the same thing, but I feel like she's feeling it. And I feel like that she could do more shaman work, healing work, because she does that.
Yeah, but she said, I've been told I'm a leader for ages. Well,
yes,
I agree.
You need to be a leader, but leader of women and helping them go forward.
But with priorities. A leader with priorities, not a leader for everybody in your life, a leader for every situation, a leader in every area of your life that you love doing. Be the leader with priorities who can do something for the world and with a level of authenticity that makes you a gateway for money. Because authenticity is rewarding.
Right. Believe me, if you did this kind of work, like I'm saying, you can even do it with photography, is helping other people. It's like taking pictures of people that are sick or whatever and bringing smiles to them or whatever way that you're healing somebody else, then you're going to allow the feminine and the masculine in, and you're going to allow the money to come in. Please believe me, the people love your confidence. People are drawn to you because of your confidence, which would be the leadership in you.
I hope that isn't an ad, Alexandra. If that's an ad, you're in trouble. I'm going to delete you. I'm hoping that's something to help Tanya. If you're trying to help Tanya with that website address, great. If you're advertising, we don't want that on here. Thank you. But anyway, so that's it, Tanya. That's you. That's you.
I hope that makes sense. Listen and then listen again.
Always wanted to create a hotel for women as a place for support and mentorship.
Hello, McFly.
Yeah, there you go.
See, Spirit knows what they're talking about.
There you go, Tanya. Good. So thank you very much for doing that.
This is the time to do it.
Our next person. It's turn
the fans back on.
Me too. It's actually 101 degrees today.
Well, I think it's like 110 or something.
Oh, is it really? Hi, Brenda. Oh yeah, congrats. What?
Turn the fan on.
I'll be back.
He'll be back. Now you just get to look at me. He's back again, damn it.
Oh.
Ta-da!
Right, okay. So the next person after Tanya is the lovely Brittany.
Oh, isn't she cute?
She's cute as blazes. Now, I have to issue an apology. Brittany wrote in 3 weeks ago and said, could I be on the show? I know. So could I be on the show? I go, sure, send in your stuff.
Brittany, here we go.
Ow! And so I completely missed
Brittany.
I missed her email. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've apologized to her being an email. I've apologized in every other way.
I hit him for you.
But maybe, and this is where the spiritual thing comes in, maybe it wasn't supposed to happen till today. Maybe you weren't ready 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So here she is. This is Brittany. And this is really
cute as buttons, isn't that what you say in England?
Cute
as a button.
Cute as a button.
Yeah.
And but here's the thing about Brittany. This is serious.
Okay.
This is what made me guilty about not doing it 3 weeks ago. She has chronic Lyme disease.
Oh no.
And lupus.
Oh, my niece has lupus.
Oh really? And she goes, how can I get better so I can provide for my family? Can I juggle the health issues? And I don't know what be aware means, but can I juggle the health issues and be aware with my children at the same time?
Well, she probably wants to be acknowledging your children at the same time.
Well, you acknowledge your children and still have lupus?
Well, if you're having a seizure or you're having problems with it, then yeah, you can't focus on anybody else but yourself.
Yay. Thank you, Alexandra. She says, you know that I told you about there's a website she put on there, and I thought she was advertising. I'm wrong. No surprise there.
I will strangle him for you now.
I know. I'm not having a good week, am I, generally?
I know.
It's yoga. It's a yoga for women.
Oh,
for women only, which actually, I guess, brings out their feminine thing, and it's not for men. Okay. Men are a thing. So thanks, guys. Tanya said, you're very welcome. And Tammy says, I love Brittany. Well, we all love Brittany.
Yes.
So here's her handwriting. Which is and then she's a little bit all over the place, really. But where is it? Yeah, how can I get better so I can provide for my family is really her question. So, now, Brittany is, what do I say about Brittany? Oh, I'm going to keep it short, Brittany, about my thing, because I've got something to tell you in a second. She's basically quite a dynamic...
He says he's going to keep it short, but he never does.
No, but I will. I promise. She's quite a dynamic person, actually. There's a lot of determination there and fire, and she can be quite a forceful character if she wants to be, to get things done. I mean, she's a doer in that kind of life. She directs traffic, or she's like a movie director. You, go over there and do this. You do. It's like... a mother does with children, I suppose. No, do that. Whatever. She'd be really, really good at that. And she's good at kind of like cheerleading. But she feels, I think, a little isolated, a little sad even.
Yeah.
Like she's coping on her own in
she
so
looks
many
like a
ways.
Puppy. Just With puppy eyes.
Rather than
Cute
living
puppy eyes.
and sharing things equally. She's playing her part, standing her ground. But she's sort of like confused why the world hasn't played its part back again.
Right.
In some kind of way. There's a sort of...
Well, that's why I was saying that she's like a puppy. It's like she wants it to be happy and give me attention and let's not
Yeah, but the
focus
world
on the
doesn't work that way.
responsibility. I know, but she needs some of that.
But
right
she's got a little kind of like, why me? What did I do? How come my world isn't as glowing as everybody else's? And I think she deserves more. She feels she deserves more attention, more understanding, more patience. And I think what happened is her life parameters are narrow. There's not much going on. It's very close-knit. Her support system is very close-knit. And she wants more.
She wants to be acknowledged.
She doesn't feel like she has the kind of support system that is holding her like she wants to be held. She has this close-knit group, but she's looking for more. It's all about more. And so there are a lot of issues, annoyances, deep feelings, inner questioning, doubt, even fear about not being able to steer the boat. It's not just a control thing. Just not being able to steer the boat the way she wants it to be steered. She's in two worlds, really. This is what I think. This is what the handwriting says, right? She's in two worlds. There's the inner world that is big and expansive and wants to do all this stuff. And then there's a little world she's kind of stuck in, for now, that says, no, responsibility, deal with this, handle that, whatever it is. And so she's feeling this friction, this pull between those inner and outer and so on. And I think she's a little moody at times because of it. Moods vary. I don't know. I just think that her personality, maybe it's because of her illness or whatever, and she's not feeling great generally, but her personality is compromised by pockets of like inner turmoil or uncertainty.
Well, I think she's looking like at her kids going, you guys don't realize how good you got it. You know what I mean?
No,
it's
really?
like, I wish I could switch with you and you'd see all the energy and everything that I have to put out to be just even present, to be present in front of you, to even just give you breakfast. It takes more energy for her than the norm. And I don't feel like the family, the kids, everybody is not really acknowledging how much energy it's taking her just to be awake.
Right, because I just said she's being purposefully strong.
Right, exactly.
She is being strong because, applying her mind, telling herself, come on, go for it. You can do it. You can pull yourself together.
Yes.
But her determination somehow that stood her in good stead all these years is flagging. And I just wondered whether this wasn't...
her determination is flagging?
Yeah, it's kind of all these things that are close to the surface, all these emotions and issues.
They're bubbling up now?
They're bubbling up to the surface. And people may never realize how much she's hurting inside, or she's frustrated or annoyed or preoccupied. They don't realize because she's her. She's brilliant.
Right.
This is what she does. And I just think it's all flagging. And this could be the time. The handwriting seems to suggest that this is the time to do less.
But no, I think this is the time to say, hey, you need to acknowledge me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but relinquish the kind of control that says, I will just continue and be all powerful and nobody will ever know I'm suffering.
Right. She needs to let that go.
Release.
If someone's underwear is on the floor, don't pick it up. Make them pick it up.
A friend of hers says that she's a super lady with a big heart for all.
Yep, she's too nice.
Hi, Anne-Marie.
You don't want to be so nice.
Anne-Marie.
It makes more sense not to be nice because not everybody in the whole world is going to like you. So it's kind of like, I'm going to give me as a metaphor. Cash would say, this and this doesn't like you on the show. And I go, great, because then I know I'm doing a good job, right? Because if everybody likes me, then there's something, I'm doing something wrong.
I mean, everybody likes me, so what's that about?
Then you're doing something wrong. You need to have that versatility, not fertility. I know, fertility. She doesn't want any more kids, I'm sure. To have that broad range of bringing the arts in, bringing the honor in, bringing the respect in.
And embrace each moment. This is the relaxation bit.
Take the bath with the Epsom salt. Turn on the candles.
And don't say go down a bar and get drunk. I
didn't say that. I said take a bath, put in the Epsom salt. Okay, but
so
what was their question?
The question is, how can I get better so I can provide for my family? Well, I have the answer to that as well.
Well, my answer is, because he's been talking the whole time.
All right, I'm going to
My answer is, I'm not a doctor, but I do work with a doctor. So
Again,
I have to say this because I'm going to give Dr. kind of affirmations, and you can, if it resonates.
It's the same with everything we do.
Right.
If it resonates, fine. If it doesn't, chuck it out.
We have to
this
do
is
this
entertainment
for legality.
purposes only, right?
Yes.
You understand that?
Okay,
Debbie still isn't a doctor.
Still not a doctor. I'm seeing that her Lyme or lupus was created, again, because of not acknowledging herself. I feel like her system is plugged up. It's not a flow. So her liver, her pancreas, and her thymus are very plugged up. Taking like aloe, doing turmeric, taking, believe it or not, it's an asparagus. There's all these different holistic things that she can eat and take that do not do a liver cleanse. I can't tell you what to do, but do not do a liver cleanse.
And check with your health protection.
Right, because it's going to make it worse.
Right.
It's going to make it worse. People will say, well, then do a liver cleanse and take this and take that. No, her body is very sensitive. I feel that she's a star child, which people, and I don't like putting labels on things, but I feel like she looks at life like they say is, what was it, the other children, but I feel like she's a star child where her intuition and where her vibration is can pop outside of her all the time. And that's why I feel like she can be a puppy and it's like, oh,
maybe
I don't want
that's
to do
that
that.
two worlds thing then.
Yes.
Maybe that's that confinement of the world. But inside there's this huge world that she is feeling the containment.
And she's trying to figure out how to live in this world.
Yeah.
You don't have to figure out how to
Funny
live in this
truth
world.
with Cash and Debbie. Right.
You don't have to figure it out, honey. Just live life. If the kids say, I hate you, say, I hate you back, and then say, here's your breakfast, and I love you. Let's go. Don't.
There's an Uber outside waiting for you.
Just go. I used to do that with my kids. My son used to say that all the time. I hate you, and I go, I hate you too, but let's go. And you know what? He never said it again. Do you know what I mean? It's like she needs to get into that space. Stop explaining everything to everybody because they're not going to understand it, honey. They are not going to understand the star child that you are. Ooh. I hope that makes sense. Just do it. If you start listening to your intuition, start taking intuition classes, start doing whatever. I do intuition classes, but you know what I mean?
She might as well take yours.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? She needs to find where to combine the two worlds together and not make everybody happy in this world.
Okay, and the thing is, it's the disease, any kind of disease. Once you tag it as a disease, it kind of becomes yours.
Let it go.
Let it go, and it basically is an internal thing that manifests as a physical illness. So you basically tackle the source problem rather than just tackling the illness. I mean, that's the way I look at it. Is in my book, the one I was showing you before. That's what it really is about. Whether we should go to the source of the problem and tackle that, rather than just hammer the symptoms with pills and whatever else you do. So that's why we're not doctors, because we don't know about those things. But in terms of metaphysical things, you go to the source and go, well, what am I doing? How do I need to change? There is a book called Messages from the Body, which is amazing. It's about this thick. It's about that thick.
This thick?
No, this thick. It's cost $1,700, and I have a copy.
$1,700?
And because it's you, I looked up, because I'm trying to make up for the fact that I overlooked you in the emails. I looked it up. This is a printout of lupus and Lyme disease from Messages from the Body.
And that's from the book. That's
just as an example, and what it does is it links emotional or psychological problems with physical ailments. And interestingly, given everything we've just said, right, I printed this off just before we came. It goes, this is about the person with Lyme disease. They feel that they have to take care of everything because no one else will, or they'll do it all wrong. Support starved, frustrated, and resentful, and subconscious, subtle lack of self-confidence. Isn't that just what we just said? Same
Hot
thing.
diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog.
So it's about approving yourself, getting out there, letting this inner self shine, and not dwelling on the...
Honor and respect yourself, then people will have to honor and respect you.
Yeah, and do the raising vibration thing. I also have
Don't honor and respect them first.
I also have this,
respect yourself first.
which I brought in just for you, which is a list of things that raise your vibration and a list of things that lower your vibration. And example, raising your vibration is things like self-acceptance, forgiveness, yoga,
dancing with Debbie,
singing, dancing, hugging, smiling, good foods, nutritious foods, and that sort of thing, lower your vibration. These are the things that lower your vibration. Junk food, hard alcohol. No hope for you then.
I don't think it does.
Negative thoughts, toxic relationships, environmental toxins, medication, radiation, yelling, arguing, holding on to the past, all lower your vibration.
They'll lower your vibration if you allow that to lower your vibration.
Right, exactly. So if that makes any sense to you whatsoever, maybe embrace it. If it doesn't, then dump it. We're not qualified to say anything, but I find this area really, really interesting. But the handwriting does say it's time to consider yourself.
They're saying, can you repeat the name of the book again?
It's called Messages from the Body, and it's by a doctor who lives in Sacramento, I think. Michael something.
Is it on ebook or Amazon?
No, it's not an ebook. You have to actually buy the bloody thing, and it's God. It weighs a ton, but it's $1,700.
What?
I know, but I think it's worth it. I think every page is a gem.
Especially if you're working in this kind of field.
I'm sure. But if you look up anything, I mean, if I get up in the morning and I have my shoulder hurts or something, I go and look up right shoulder pain, and it'll tell you what I'm doing, and it's invariably
because you're not
right.
honoring the Queen, Debbie.
That's right. That's my left shoulder.
Oh yeah, your left shoulder.
Anyway, so there we are. So take it or leave it. You decide.
Okay.
But good luck.
Thank you.
And again, I apologize for delaying.
3 weeks.
Okay, here we go. Here's the winner of the book, the quiz this week, the celebrity quiz. It's Alexandra. What an amazing name. It took me 2 weeks to actually learn how to pronounce it.
I kept on asking him, how do you say that name?
This is Alexandra. Now, Alexandra.
Pretty soon, we're going to pick out the name.
Oh, we are? Oh, yes. She's very excited about the sorting hat.
I want to know who I'm going to do a reading for. I love it. Because I love doing my work.
So this is Alexandra. Alexandra, I'm not going to go into the entire problem because Alexandra wrote me an incredibly long explanation. But basically it's a family thing. She has a daughter that she's not getting along with and a grandson that she really cares about. And it's a muddle. It's a mess between all of them. And a lot of tempers afraid and a lot of fear involved and so on. And she really wants to know a question about how do I continue to be a mother when she feels her child has lost her way. When she feels her daughter has lost her way, how does she
still be her mother?
How does she still be her mother? That's the question. And here's the handwriting. Now, the handwriting is really interesting. Ooh, look at that. And kind of intense, right? It's kind of intense. And it also, are you left-handed, Alexandra, by any chance? Because sometimes...
Yeah, because both of my kids are left-handed and
they slow backwards, right? Yeah. I mean, not everybody
And they
does,
got the ink on the hand, you know.
Yeah, really. But Alexandra is a really, really, really interesting person. Because there's a lovely innocence to her in a lot of ways. You said earlier, like naivete. You said she was kind of naive in some really interesting ways.
Yes.
And sensitive and warm and kind of very contained in some ways. Personally withheld. There's elements of her that are no entry, private property. Don't come any further. That's me. This is my life. And she'll be cautious about involvement with people for that reason. And they'll get so far and she'll go, yeah, no, yeah. And if she goes, yeah, if you get a thumbs up, she'll be all over you. She'll be like full of enthusiasm and she'll be a great person to know.
Let's go.
Okay.
She'll go, let's go.
She'll go, let's go.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't make that.
But here's the thing, and I'm just going to try and address this issue rather than go through the whole thing about how wonderful she is. There is a turbulence within her. She's very, very sensitive, very emotional, and basically disturbances. Whereas some of us would just go, oh, that's a disturbance, that's a problem, we get over it and we move on. For her, an emotional disturbance, because she is to her core so sensitive, it's like
and it goes in her brain.
It's like
constantly.
A gale in tall grass. You know, and everything gets thrown out.
Yeah.
And she's like, no! And because it affects her so deeply. And she feels attacked. She can feel attacked by discussions that go against the grain. And she could be hurt by things that maybe weren't even intended to hurt, but they just got her the wrong way. And she may feel like something's a verbal assault when really it's a discussion or somebody's making a strong point or whatever. Because it all comes down to the same point. Even if it's constructive, if it gets her the wrong way and pushes the wrong buttons, then
on her or them?
On her.
Okay.
Then it will get a maybe an overreacted response. Not because she's crazy or anything, but because she's just deep and sensitive,
yeah, she's
and
very, very sensitive.
Lots going on inside.
She'll
and I think
she's taking it personally.
Yeah, she'll take it personally, and she's internalizing so much sensitivity. So things can swing fast with her. And I think if she has problems with people, and don't forget, with families, history builds on history. I've got that with my own family. It's history upon history, and you can't go and unpick the cardigan. If you could just time travel to 25 years ago and not say that one thing, you'd say,
Pick the cardigan.
I have unpicked the cardigan of history.
Yeah.
I got 25 things in my life that if I could just get a time machine and go back and undo them and not say that thing, I would do. Anyway, so basically, if you are on the same wavelength as her, if it's a good day and everything's fine, I'm sure it's absolutely fine. But if it's a bad day, or there's a history, or you say the wrong thing, it could be a bit like a powder keg, because you set her off, and she's got a lot of going on, and you've got to be careful. She has strong feelings and a strong need to communicate them. I think
she definitely wants everybody to hear.
Yeah, and I think old experiences left a mark on her. Probably from childhood, and she's still hurting in the background somewhere. So she has issues and reserves of unspent angst. I was reading this book. I was talking about on my podcast yesterday about this this book. It was a podcast I'd heard by Oprah and Brené Brown, who'd written this book, Daring Greatly. And she was saying that we're all creative beings, all of us. We're creative beings. That we're here to build and create and construct and contribute and be a service. It's all about giving. The whole of life is about giving and building and so on. And she said, any unspent creativity, anytime you just go, I'm not going to create, I'm going to do something else, you go inwards. It turns in on you. That creativity, and it turns to, this is Brené Brown talking, it turns to resentment or anger or fury or shame or guilt. It just goes inwards. It doesn't get used in the way it was meant to be used, and we become our worst enemy.
That's how I think women with breast cancer gets breast cancer, because they're not acknowledging the feminine of them, and the boobs are going, well, you're not going to acknowledge me. I'll make it so that I'm gone because you're not acknowledging the feminine of me.
Carolyn May said that breast cancer is because of women who want to prove themselves to everybody and are trying too hard, because the breasts are the organ of nurturing.
Exactly.
And they
we are born to nurture.
They over-nurture. And so they're trying to be the best mother and the best employee and the best wife and the best daughter or whatever. And it just stretches them. I mean, I know, actually, there's a woman I know who actually had her breast taken off last week as a friend of ours. She had a double mastectomy, and she's so brave, and she's like that, busy, and trying to be everything to everybody, and run a practice. She's
not acknowledging herself. Then.
No, everything gets
taking care of other people is a masculine
secondary
vibration.
to that.
That's not feminine.
Anyway, Alexandra, I got down from the handwriting as being intelligent, a good learner, a great person to know for involvement. But I just thought from the writing that she needed to wipe the ledger clean. It was almost like vomit out pain. And it's about you. Take care of you. Other people, yes, important, but take care of you and let grief and worry and fear and all these things go. The handwriting is a storehouse here of old stuff and sensitivities and resentments or whatever that need just to fly away, just to let go.
But she's going to ask how to do that.
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
I'm talking about the handwriting.
I do.
That's what the handwriting says.
Okay.
And it's almost like you need to take care of you and stop worrying about all these other things. Right, you go. I've said it. Okay,
so this is what I'm seeing is I think what she's doing is she wants other people to hear her. And so when other people, she's not listening to other people and people are not listening to her. So when she is talking.
Hi, Lisa.
So when she is talking when she's listening, she's not really listening to him. She's just looking for a space where she can talk. So
I thought that too, actually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that too. She may not hear. She may not hear what you have to say.
Right. It's like, you need to hear me because I'm more. It's more important that we get this figured out. And it's like your daughter's perspective of life and your perspective of life is 180, honey, and it will never be the same. If you can get into the space that you can acknowledge that her perspective is always going to be wrong, or is not wrong, is different. Not, it's always going to be different than yours. I'm going to use political thing, and I hate doing political things because I don't do it, but it's kind of like having a Democrat honoring a Republican, or a Republican honoring a Democrat, going, I get it, that's how you believe, but this is how I believe, but it's not going to deter me. Do you see what I'm saying? And she needs to look at her daughter of, let her be her, let her carry her own stories. You keep on carrying your daughter's stories, thinking that if I listen to her stories and I acknowledge her stories and I try to be part of her stories, I'm going to, it's like, you can't be partially pregnant, right? It's not going to work. So
take care of yourself.
Be confident in your perspective. Sit back, get out of the forest, and look at her and go, I understand that. And it's right to have your thoughts, but it's also right to have my thoughts. And if you go, I can hear you saying, but she's not going to acknowledge my thoughts. She's going to fight me for my thoughts. Oh, well, so just go, So when someone owed me a bunch of money and they started calling me every name in the book, and I go, you still owe me the money. And they're like, no, you didn't hear me. I called you. I mean, it was bad names. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, that's nice, but you still owe me the money.
And I paid you in the end, right?
No. But you see what I'm saying?
I'm sorry for those names I called you, by the way.
it's kind of like they saying water off of a duck's back.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, and I get it. You're going to have to be in strength. Do you want to be right? Do you want to be wrong? Or do you want to live in peace? Because I know that you love your grandchild to the heart of the core of who you are. And I know, because I'm a grandmother and I don't know how to explain it, but when you have grandkids, it's like you just love them to death. It's like your heart walking around with legs. I get that. So to be in that space, honor and respect your grandson, step back, let your daughter be who she is, and just go, and go, and me to my grandson.
Sometimes you have a choice between being right and being kind.
Yeah.
One's ego, one's love.
Choose ego is fear, worry, and doubt. Yeah.
Choose the path of love.
I don't talk to my mom. I do not talk to my mom.
I don't talk to my dad.
And it's okay, but I allow her to talk to my son and my husband even. But if she treats them with disrespect anywhere down the road, then they won't talk to her either.
Alexandra said, true at one point. I'm not quite sure what that was relating to. Lisa said, I can so relate to this reading.
Fantastic. That's why we're doing this.
Alexandra, I enrolled myself in university. Oh, nice. Doing what, Alexandra? Studying what?
Yeah.
Something good, I hope.
Yes.
But it's like, it's about constructing and being and giving and getting it out of yourself.
Right.
Otherwise, your creative juices turn to poison and they start eating you alive because they eat your brain alive because you're constantly thinking about stuff. And sometimes you have to go, that's what I had to do with my family. It's anguish. It's nothing but anguish.
My thing was my mom was not honoring respect to me for anything. I mean, she used to throw me in front of my dad and have her beat me up so she wouldn't get beat up. I mean, that's how bad it was. So
can't stand kids being abused.
So I stand back and go, this is my truth. You treat my son with respect, then it's okay. She's going to university for project management. Fantastic. Wow. Get into the confidence of that. Allow that to happen, and make it a gift to yourself. Yes, and just don't be sensitive. Well, not you are sensitive, but don't take everything as personal because honestly, most times people are only thinking about themselves, and it's not about you. Yeah. That's the lesson I've learned. I was so sensitive, and in the end, it was never about me in the first place. Never is. All right, there we go. Okay, we need to draw a name because we're getting. No, we're going to do one more person. I know we're going to do one more person, and then we're going to do the thing because I don't have much to say about this guy. Okay. Sorry, but this is our next one, and then we'll do the draw from the hat. We don't know who's won yet, but it's all in the hat, in the sorting hat. I got a guillotine last night. I was chopping up names that I wrote on pieces of paper. 10 o'clock last night. We got so many shares and likes. We got so many shares. And thank you. Please do it again this week. That's all we ask. Please like and then you get a free handwriting thing. And then no, not automatically. You go in the hat, and the ones pulled out of the hat next week. We'll get a free handwriting. Yes. Okay, so 10 minutes.
This is David, the next one. Ooh, there you go. There's David. And David's question, I don't think David's even watching this, and I doubt he ever will. But he goes, I asked him, I actually wrote to him and said, could you give a more definite question? He didn't even bother replying to my email. Maybe he didn't even see it. I don't know. But he goes, how can I live with a sense of vitality and unbridled joy?
But if he doesn't hear it, that's okay. Someone else might hear it.
Oh, yeah, and tell him. Actually,
and it's good for them.
That's true. I mean, I'm assuming
we do these readings because we're trying to help.
I'm assuming he's a busy guy. You're very welcome, Alexandra. Very welcome. What is the draw for? Anne-Marie said. Well, basically, we have. If you like and share the show, last week's show, then the reading you get a free reading from her. If you like this week's show, you get a free reading from me. But it was all like
that was last week. So this just like and share this show, and you'll get a free hand. We're
going to breeze through this now. David's handwriting. Here he goes. But I mean, just assuming.
I can't read your writing.
How can I live with a sense of vitality and unbridled joy? Okay. I'm assuming he's just a very busy guy because he's certainly a very smart guy, and he is.
Yeah, he lives in his mind a lot.
Oh yeah, and he carries quite a bunch of responsibility with him, and he knows what he likes, and this is one of his greatest strengths. He knows what he likes and what he doesn't like. He knows what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate. He knows what is relevant and what isn't relevant.
Left brain.
Oh really? But it's brilliant. He can just he's like a huge spotlight. He can just shine a thing and go yes, no, not relevant. And that's a great gift.
I know, but he's very intuitive in that way. So that's the right brain. So if he puts everything in A and B, then he's using his left brain too much. He needs to use his right brain to bring the joy in.
Well, what's interesting about him from the handwriting point of view is that he's I see guys' handwritings all the time, and he is more mature and complex than most guys are. Most guys are pretty basic, and it's no fun doing their handwriting because they're just basic people. Just like, okay, you like this, just like a guy. David is really a lot more interesting. I think he's also a lot more privately kind of angry about things than you would know. I think he could be pissed off about something, and he'll just hold back and not say what he wants to say. But if he wanted to say it, he could. It's in there to say it. But I think he's more he's just processing constantly, taking nuggets of what he's learned, sticking it away in his pouch. You might never know he knows it. He's just a great processor of stuff, and so there's a lot going on inside. He has a lot of preconceptions about things. I don't think for a second if we were to give out information he would just accept it. He's going to process it. He's going to take it apart and go yes, no. Whereas most people would just go, oh, I see. He'll go, really? But
he'll look at it in a different perspective than anybody else.
Very choosy.
He looks at life in the 1%, maybe 10% perspective of life than anybody else does.
Right, but I think he also...
And he likes to talk about it.
Oh, does he really?
Yes.
I think he also finds the world a little unsettling. And I think what he's got is he's got a kind of past that, there are episodes, there's stuff, we all got them, but there's stuff that he's just like laid to rest but can't quite get rid of. It's like burying a body under your patio. You kind of know it's there, but nobody can see it. And it's a bit like that. And he's trying to outrun that. Because he gets unsettled by the past and looking back. I think a lot of people unsettle him. The world unsettles him.
I think what unsettles him is that people don't understand. It's like, just understand what perspective I'm looking at.
Yes,
no one's going to understand it, honey, because only like 10% of us understand where you're coming from.
I think he's either he's incredibly smart or he's just so bright at what he does that other people don't get him at all.
Yeah, nobody gets him.
But his life could be narrower as a result of being annoyed at other people who don't get him. He's just kind of stuck in his lane, basically. And he's emotionally, there's a sort of confining edge to him, a caution about not showing himself. I don't know. There's an inner confusion here anyway. So he steps back. He just steps back and then feels slightly defeated or deflated. I was like, well, I'm not involved. It's back and forward. He doesn't know which one should he go forward and get involved. But oh no, then the people are unpredictable. I don't like that. Back he goes. It's very, very difficult. My feeling is
your feet.
My feet hurt. Was what I was trying to say. My feet hurt.
His feet.
My feeling is that his center, his core of him, needs fine tuning. Because have you ever seen one of those naked acts that they do.
Naked ass.
Yeah, like on the stage. And they do it with balloons. No, but they do it like men with balloons. And they have one at the front and one at the back. And they have one covering their thing at the front and one covering their thing at the back. And then halfway through, they'll just swap it around really fast and you won't see anything.
Oh, I've seen that. That frying pan one.
That's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of somebody who's protecting his back, protecting his front, shielding them. And we're not supposed to see what's behind the shield.
Got it.
And he's so busy defining his world or perfecting his approach to it that he's forgotten who, under the shell of smarts and cleverness and success or whatever he does, I'm sure he's successful, and protection, is this real guy. There's this real guy. And he's shielding himself against unwanted input from all over the place. And he's, he's sifting stuff out and he's dividing it up. And yes, no, yes, applicable, no. And his life is not true, really. It's a construct. It's a smart, worldly construct. And it's fashioned out of the DNA from his past and his experience. And it ensures that his system is controlled. And I don't think he will accept this. I think he thinks he's absolutely fine. But I don't think so. And I think, where did David go? Where is David? He's inside this construct.
Right.
And I think that for him to, if he wants, whatever the question was, if he wants to be vibrant and explore, how can I live with a sense of vitality and unbridled joy? It's going to come down to authenticity in the end. It's going to come down to you recognizing that there's nothing to be afraid of, that the past needs to be left behind, the future's not as scary as it seems, and you can let people in, and you don't have to be analytical all the time, and you don't, as smart as you are, you don't have to be smart. You can be, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't think we're not saying you're not a nice guy. I'm just saying that you could be a lot happier.
Okay.
And more contented with life if you let go.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to talk now.
I think he's tender and whatever.
He keeps on talking.
Well, I got things to say.
He's like a child.
I'm going to drink,
Mom,
I can't possibly talk.
Okay, so what I've seen is he uses his mind too much, the left brain too much, and I feel like he needs to use his right brain he needs to use his right brain more. And what I mean by the right brain, I'm saying the spiritual, the understanding, the intellect of spirituality. I say to bring joy to you, David, would be looking at life in a different dimensional form and explaining it to us how it is to be in that new dimensional form, because I think you already know it. I think you already know that answer. That is why you get along with animals. I feel like you get along. Does? Yeah, I feel like animals are a good thing. I could see him petting.
Oh,
like
I'm going to say
petting something.
I have a beloved cat named Bubbles. Yay!
Well, hello, McFly.
So I like David already.
See?
He has a beloved cat called Bubbles. I just
saw him sitting there petting and having all this information going in his brain and just going in and out. I say start journaling that and start telling everybody about that and writing a book about it, doing lectures about it, talking about this other dimensional form that you know about. And since you've known about it since you were born, you've known about it since other lifetimes. That is what's going to bring you the joy. Okay, I know I said before that your perspective of life is 10% than the 90% of the world. That's what I'm saying is bring this 90%. Look at how many people you could help. Bring this 90% into that 10%. So I'm going to use me as a metaphor. I took that Tony Robbins test of what kind of mind you have. I was 10%. And they said, you need to do lectures because the way you look at life is completely different than anybody else. I was between 8%. Nobody uses their mind the same way I do.
Or maybe who's saying you only use 8% of your mind?
No, it wasn't
I think
that
Tony's
way.
Right.
No. So I feel like he's the same way, but it would be on a different subject than what I.
So what you're saying basically is he's kind of like otherworldly, right?
Yes.
Because
but his mind is constantly.
Yeah, but how do you marry that with what I said? I mean, how do you?
Because yours is wrong and mine's right. No.
No way! No.
No, I feel
I'm not
like
wrong. I mean, but I'm just saying that he has actually constructed this thing about himself, this world.
But it's funny because all our readings are basically all the people that we reading today. It's always works this way. If you notice on our shows, it's always the same concept. It's always the same kind of people. Because what was the other girl? I forgot her name.
Brittany?
Was it Brittany?
Alexandra?
Or somebody that I was saying that they don't know how to blend, that world and this world together. I think he knows how to blend it. I just don't think he needs to tell other people about it.
Right. So he's okay. So he has.
I've seen he can even just sit there, go to a little crystal store fair, and say, I could either do not readings, but talking to other people about this.
But okay, this is my last point. I don't understand. I didn't feel that the real person, the real David, was being shown to the world. Right. I didn't.
That 10%. Yeah.
So you think he's hiding that?
Yes. Massively.
So if people saw that, what is it? Because
he would be in joy because they would be listening to him and then they'd be,
tell us
more.
But I think that he finds that people an affront sometimes, and I think he finds that he's got a bigger perspective than they have, and they can't grasp what he's saying. So what?
That's okay because the people that do grasp it will hear it.
All right, there you go, David. I'm sure something we said was right, but whether he accepts it or not.
Learn about the dimensions and connecting with the animals.
Oh, now we got to do the hat. Now we got to do the draw. Hey, it's the sorting hat. Where are you going?
Where's my?
It's here. I got it. I got the hat. She's just walked off. Sit down.
Hello, I'm back.
Okay, well, she just walked around the room and sat back down again. How great is that? Okay, you must do that more often. More screen time for me, I think. Okay, so I'm going to dip in, right? So
you're going to dip in because it's a reading for me.
All right, but
if you're the winner, I want you to personal message me on Facebook.
Yeah, you're right. psychicdebbie.com, a website.
Yeah.
And make sure you answer the email.
And then just say I'm the winner of the free
I'm telling you, if Alexandra wins this as well, because Alexandra shared it. These are the people who liked and shared the show last week, all right? And so if Alexandra wins this as well, I am just going to bury my head in sand.
I say get a lotto ticket then.
This will be her luckiest day in the history of it. Okay. Hang on. I can't get one. Hang on a minute. I haven't got one. Would you stop?
No, because I don't want you to. Okay. The winner is
Brenda Fox. Hey, there you go, Brenda. Hey, Brenda Fox. And Brenda's such a sweetie pie because she's constantly writing and saying, "Oh, I shared it."
Yeah.
Thank you, Brenda. And in fact, I'm not going to even throw these away because many of you might even share again, in which case I'll just put your names back in again. So
thank you, Brenda. Thank you all for sharing.
Just because you didn't win this week doesn't mean you can't win next week.
So share and like this show. And I also want you to do something. I'm just going to do this one time.
Oh, yeah. I
want you to go to my YouTube channel. It's called Psychic Debbie Griggs. Put it all one name. Psychic Debbie Griggs. You'll see a picture of me. I'm going like this. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel by September 7th, I will pick your name here, or I'll pick it on my weekly morning because I have Mystic Morning. I will pick your name.
Morning Mayhem.
No, it's Mystic Morning.
Oh, Mystic Morning.
Mayhem. I'll mayhem you. So
a lot of violence.
Go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. I'll know you subscribe because I can see it on my email. It'll pop up unless you have a private thing or whatever. And I'll put your name in a basket. And I'll pick your name, and then you'll get a free 10-minute reading with me again.
How great is that?
Yay!
Hi,
See,
Marianne.
we're trying to give and give and give.
Lisa says, I've got the body under the patio, too.
She understands. If you want a personal reading with mine, a paid reading, it's psychicdebbie.com.
They're brilliant.
And
I can go to my website, cashbeaters.com.
I can help you the blockages and the reasons why.
If you want to
more
have
in depth,
analysis, then go to my website, cashbeaters.com. Okay, the last one. We got to get through this, seriously. But congratulations anyway, Brenda. And if you like and share this show, all you, and get as many people as you can to like and share the show. And the more people see it, the better, really. And everybody who likes and shares will go in a sorting hat next week, and you stand a chance to win a session with me, having your handwriting done. Alrighty, so the last one is Alex. Look at that, what a cutie pie.
Very cute.
Very cute. And Alex says, oh God. What a one to end on, all right? She has had stage 4 cancer.
Let's all send her healing and love.
Lots of healing prayers.
Everybody that's watching, send. What's her name?
Alex.
Alex.
This person. Tons of love. I think she's out the other side of it. Actually, I think she's working her way through it.
It doesn't matter. We'll send you love and light. And
She works in admin and health insurance. Really.
Okay.
And here's the irony of it: she's been off for like a year and a half dealing with this horrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
And after surgeries, they might not take her back. A health insurance company might not take her back because she's sick.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
No.
So
okay.
Her question is: will I be okay? And will I return to work and be successful in returning to my old job? She says, I might be afraid of success. Fooled you.
Oh, my God.
I switched it off. I switched it off by accident. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so poor Alex. She thought, it's just my moment. And then it goes away. All right, so Alex, there's a handwriting. I actually put it on the thing and switched it off. Who knew that?
Cash and Peters.
And Alex. So here you go.
Sorry. He turned it off.
This is a woman who needs to be acknowledged and understood.
Yes.
And she's never really been fulfilled in that kind of way. She's another very sensitive one.
Thank you guys for coming back. Thank you.
There is a weight, and this is probably the illness for all I know, but there is a weight on the handwriting. It's like a weight on her heart that's pulling her down, worry. And I don't know, this is like worldly.
Marianne, why do you make it so hard to watch?
I'm so sorry. That was my fault. I screwed up in a major way. And there are just pockets of undisclosed feelings and fears and undercurrents of unconscious motivations and things. And a lot is in her past. She's learned to be strong and to deal with stuff, and she's done incredibly well. But to a certain extent, it's a shell. There are lots of stuff, influences and things going on underneath. And her upbringing still has this kind of weird hold.
For
Alex. There's her upbringing still has a really strong impact on her, which means there's baggage. And, perceptions and ties and they just need to be offloaded and left behind. And I always say that in my book, actually, I said disease is a teacher. And Oprah goes, it whispers first to you. You get a whisper. I don't know. It whispers to you first, and your body goes, you need to listen to me. And if you don't listen, it starts speaking to you. You need to listen to me. And if you don't, then it yells at you, you need to listen to me. And then you get ill, right? So chances are there's something about your past, maybe, I don't know, something like that.
Well, see, that with the past, I feel like a grandmother or another female had the exact same thing. And I feel like it's not the DNA of the body. I think it's the DNA of the spirit. So like being in an abused home, like was being in an abused home for the females. My brother and I got beat up as much as us. Then I stopped it at my place, right? But if I kept on beating my kids and my kids would be, that's spiritual, that's body DNA.
So you're paying it forward, but in the worst way.
In the worst way. And I feel like her cancer of not getting acknowledged and doing for other people, just kind of like the other person that we did a reading for, that's what caused the cancer.
But I mean, I think that you have to go back again. This is what I would do. I always ask myself, what would I do if I got ill? And I would ask myself, what am I doing to myself? Where did this come from?
Right.
And my father, for example, he always drank several cups of thick black tea every day, like really strong black tea for a lifetime. And then he got bladder cancer. And he carried on drinking the tea, and the cancer came back. And he carried on drinking the tea, and cancer came back because he didn't stop drinking the tea, which is what his body was telling him. And so my feeling from the handwriting is that all this situation you're going through, maybe just asking you to power down your will. Let go of the past a little.
Okay, so
lighten your load of fears.
So what is power down your will? What do you mean by that?
By just stop pushing. Just stop. Stop struggling or whatever it is. Stop fearing. Stop whatever you're applying to this situation is maybe not helping. Is what the handwriting seems to say. Just lighten your load of fears and learn to be strong in your uniqueness, in who you are, free of your past, free of your influence of family or whoever's influencing you. And in my book, I just go 2 questions: do you want to be well?
Yes.
Right. Question 2: how much do you want to be well? Enough to change the habits of a lifetime, enough to eat differently, enough to say goodbye to past problems. it's about perspectives again.
Or carrying someone else's story.
Or carrying someone else's story. You've got, this is what, how much do you want to be well? If you want to be well and you want to live and so on, you've got to look at all of this and go, what do I need to share? What is this telling me? What is the message from the body again? And I don't think you're afraid of success. I think you're afraid that you're not enough. And you are enough. And your journey should be about learning that and accepting it and living free of your history and all other encumbrances.
I think she's afraid that she does things in life that is very unique and maybe different than other people's ways of looking at life, and that you do not want to be intimidated. You do not want to be hiding underneath the bushes. And that when you are in the forefront, it's like, oh no, honey, you're not like that. You're sweet and gullible, and you're not that powerful. Oh, yeah. Do you know what I mean? I don't feel like people are listening to her in that way. Does that make sense?
Well, a lot of this stuff goes unacknowledged. It's the same with David just now. It's unacknowledged power.
Right, but what I'm hearing is, I feel that you need to connect to Mother Love. If it's Mother Mary, Guadalupe, Kuan Yin, Mother Earth, I feel that you need to center yourself and allow this other Mother Love, not your mom, not your grandmother.
Sharon McCool.
Yes, they were caring for other people, but it was almost like it was a chore. Like, I will not get acknowledged unless I do the dishes and I take care and I fuss over everybody. No, stop doing that. I want you to be in a space where you're allowing Mother Earth, Kuan Yin, whatever you believe in, coddling you and rocking you, and that you can see yourself in the arms of this beloved vibration, frequency, whatever you believe in, coddling you and rocking you and filling you up with divine love, and that you get into a space that you go, and then go forward.
Yes.
And then bring your uniqueness in, and then you will be healthy, whole, and complete.
And let it all
like
go.
Like Louise Hayes said, who just passed away yesterday, I am healthy, I am whole, and I'm complete. And say that to yourself every day. I am safe to be healthy, whole, and complete, and be in the truth of who I am. That's my verses. And I allow Mother Earth, Kuan Yin, Mother Mary, whatever you believe in, the higher vibration to come into me and fill me up with divine love. It is my birthright.
Good job. Anne-Marie Love says, I am a survivor too, Alex. I have info on Americans with Disabilities right for you. So contact Anne-Marie if you're interested in that.
Look at Anne-Marie on the thing.
Brenda thanks us, says she's very excited about winning. Yay, you got free reading with Debbie. Tammy says, blessings, love, and healing energy coming your way, Alex. I am also...
Everybody send her beautiful divine
everybody
love.
Send her love. Look how cute she is.
She's adorable.
I know. I also am a stage 4 cancer patient, Tammy says.
I want her to allow it, though. We are all sending it to you. Now you have to be able to allow it. And she says, thank you.
Lisa says, we truly all are one. I have benefited so much from these last 3 readings. Thank you all. Yay.
Oh, thank you.
Alex, thank you. Just started following you guys, and you guys rock. Thank you, Sharon.
Yay.
Sharon. And Lisa. Yeah, so let's all send love to Alex, because she needs our spiritual
and
boost.
She needs to allow it, that she allows
and let it in.
Let it in, honey.
All these people love you.
Yes.
We don't even know you, but we're all one, and we love you.
We love you. But the thing is I get it that she has a big family. They all love her. But don't be what they think you need to be. Be you. Bring your uniqueness in and allow that divine love to fill you up to the core of who you are.
Listen to this woman. She knows what she's talking about. She's brilliant. The brilliant Debbie Griggs. Debbie Griggs.
He got an aha this week. Just
I did, yeah.
From
DebbieGriggs.com, PsychicDebbie.com, CatchFetus.com. Like and share, please. Like and share, like and share,
like and share. Then you get a 15-minute reading, 15 or 10-minute reading with you.
I'll just type for 10 minutes. It's like I just sit down with your handwriting and I type.
Brenda Fox won the reading from me.
Yeah.
Go to my YouTube channel, Psychic Debbie Griggs. Subscribe, and then you get a chance for a free reading from me again.
And we'll be back next week.
Yes, at 3 o'clock.
But it won't be in 2 parts like this one. It'll actually be in one.
Like and share the other one.
Like and share the other one. In fact, like and share them both, for God's sake. It's so confusing. I switched it off accidentally. But like and share the other one, because that's where we're going to be going for the names, right?
Right.
The other one, not this one, the other one. The first one. Alrighty, so thank you so much, Brenda. Well done for winning. And
thank you all for sharing and liking us. And we're in our joy doing this for you.
And I'm going to turn it off for real.
Blessings and smiles.
Because I mean it. Blessings.
And I do my mystic morning at 11 o'clock.
Ah.